Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. It is Libby here. It is May 29th, Friday. Woo, we made it. I have a lot to say, but I have a lot to clean, so let me do that first. This is what my room is looking like. I have to put all of that laundry away. So I'll come back to you when I get to that so we can do that together. This morning, I woke up pretty late. I woke up around 9:50 in the morning. We had breakfast and then we headed off to do some chores. We did a quick Costco run. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and as always, don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Let me get to this cleaning and then we will get back to you to chit chat about school, some of the things that are overwhelming right now. It's summer and it should not be this overwhelming, but unfortunately it is. We're really heading into the real world now. I'm gonna have to be an adult and I'm 30 and I'm barely gonna have to do that, so I've been very lucky. So yeah, you guys, I have been folding up my laundry. I'm done, and I just was looking through everything and I realized my mom is really loud in the background and you can barely hear me. So we're gonna start this chit chat again, and I guess we won't do my laundry together, but I have put everything away. I've kind of picked up my room. I'm almost finished with this grande iced sugar free vanilla latte, and yes, this is my second one of the week, so that means I can't get one until next week, which is really sad. Anyways, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about, I finally got in contact with my counselor. I know that I met with her in late March, which that appointment did really give me a lot of information, but we were not able to get my classes, and that's what I wanted to do. But the system overbooked her in April, and she's like, I don't have time in April, but I can meet you today. Can you meet today? And I was like, yes. But what I didn't realize is that the catalog wasn't open, so we were not able to get my classes. So what we decided is that she was gonna send me an email with options, but she never did, because again, she was extremely busy in April, and apparently the Chicano Studies program is really growing. In the past 2 years, honestly, I've been extremely lucky to have access to her at any given time, which, you know, shows you how small the program is, but there's a lot of people going into it. So anyways, but I knew that after those couple of weeks where I had planned to meet with her, I would not have time because of finals, you know, projects and finishing my volunteer work, and I'm like, I'm not gonna have any time to meet with her, so I'll just meet with her at the end of the semester. But then I went to Mexico immediately after. In fact, I went during finals week, which again, it was completely my mistake. At the beginning of the semester, all my professors originally said that we were not going to be meeting finals week, and then one of them changed their mind, and I missed that presentation, and it was a bit of a disaster. So I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I did get 2 A's, and for the myths class, I honestly thought I was gonna get an A as well. But what she explained to me, being that she didn't have that many actual assignments, it was a lot of reading and a lot of like films. She did only have about, I think it was 7 or 8 in total, but the first 3 assignments were kind of like introductory and stuff like that, and a lot of them were 5 points minimum or maximum, and then there was like two or three that were only 15 points, and out of those 3, let's say 3, I got 12 points for 2 of them, which technically means I failed those assignments because they're so low in points. And being that there was only 8 assignments, and again 5 of them were only 5 points and 3 of them were 15 points, I did get a C. I was very bummed, and to know that I put so much effort into those classes, and I never even thought about that, about the amount of assignments and the amount of points would mean that I actually would fail if I failed even. She's like, if you would have gotten 14 on both of them, you would have gotten a B, but you needed to get 4 points to get 100% in this class. And I was like, darn. And for environmental law and policy, I actually got higher than I thought. I honestly thought I was gonna get an F, which was, I think, like 50 and below, but I actually got a 69, which is a D plus, which is passing, but it does drop my GPA a lot, which is unfortunate. And so I'm not gonna step out of my Chicanos department anymore, and I'm just gonna take electives in that area. And so I got 2 A's, a C, and a D, which sad. Anyways, I have my classes for the fall. Every day except Friday is campus day. They're in the smack middle, weirdly scheduled. Mondays and Wednesdays it's going to be difficult. I actually might start leaving Itos those days, which makes me a little nervous because we're going to be leaving like around 11 from here, maybe the earliest 10:30, and then we're probably going to be getting back like around 4, which means he's going to be home for about 5.5 hours by himself. But it is great practice because retirement is not just a distant thought, but it is very close, either at the end of this year or mid next year. I'm really hoping mid next year because I want him to walk with me in graduation ceremony next year. And Mondays and Wednesdays I have back-to-back in different opposite sides of the building, only 10 minutes in between, and I would have to relieve him at that time, and we wouldn't have time to do anything like that, and I wouldn't want to interrupt either of the classes. So yeah, I'm gonna take him the first day or two, see how that works. If it does not work, he's probably gonna stay home. So with all of that said, my idea of volunteering is not going to work for the whole year. I am going to start the process next week, which I feel like I kind of messed up on when I'm doing them, because I didn't do them before I left to Mexico, because I'm like, I don't want them to send me to like get the notification to go do my background check or my fingerprints and I'm not there, you know. And I didn't want to do it in April because I'm like, I don't want to do it and then not go for a month or two to volunteer. I feel like that would look bad. So my hope is that I start volunteering by July. And I just hope that I don't slip further into this mental state that I'm struggling at right now. This week has been really difficult. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I know my schedule and I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm like, you know, you have to sacrifice in some areas to get to where you want to be. And I keep telling myself that. But you guys, with all the support and assistance and, you know, emotional and physical support I got this past semester, I barely survived. And I did have to take a mental week halfway through the semester. And I barely survived. And I have come to realize that academically I do a lot better online, not just online but like fully online with no Zoom classes, because I'm able to set my own schedule. And when I have it like that, I am able to actually read all the texts, all the articles, listen to all the videos, because I don't have to worry about transportation. I'm not anxiously like tossing and turning and I get fuller sleep. And overall it's just a better experience for me. But like I said at the beginning of this vlog, I have had such an amazing journey so far, because I have been able to really ignore the rest of the world and focus on my education. I did try to work while going to school, and unfortunately I know a lot of people do it and a lot of people don't have any other option but to work and go to school. But I have been very blessed and lucky to not have to work, and I couldn't do it. Like